What's going on, guys? Welcome to another trading video. Today we're going to be talking about why day trading options is so much better than day trading stocks, especially for beginners. So let's get started. Welcome back, guys. My name is Cruz. I am the founder and head trader at NewAgeWallStreet.com. Today we're going to be talking about day trading options versus day trading stocks and why it's so much better for a beginner trader as well. But before we get started, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and bell button for notifications, guys, so that you get notified whenever we go live or we put out new content for you guys. We try to put out at least one video every week. Sometimes we get a little crazy. We will put out some more content than that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and jump right in. We're going to jump into my Thinkorswim over here, guys. And the first reason why day trading options is so much better than day trading stocks is because of the leverage. So the leverage that you get whenever you're day trading options. And I got a little bit little example written up here on a little notepad. And so this is in our example, what we're going to be using is Apple here, right? So right now, Apple's about $135, right? So if you were to buy one share of Apple, it would cost you $135. So if you bring over my little notepad here, we're using Apple, and if you're trading options, one contract has 100 shares per contract in it. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, if you buy one share, though, one share of the equity is $135. So if we were to come over to our option chain over here on Apple, right? So we have Apple. We're going to use this week's expiration, and we're going to use just one. The 136 calls just one strike price out of the money, right? So we come over to the left here, and this is going to show the premium price for the contract that you want to purchase. So right now it's $1.37 that you would pay for the contract. Now, remember how we said there's 100 shares per contract? So what you would do then is you would take the $1.37, you times it by the 100 shares, and you would pay $137 for the premium of that contract because there's 100 shares in there. So with that leverage, what I'm talking about here is for paying almost the same exact price, right? So $2 more, you get 100 shares when you buy a contract. Instead of if you were to come over to Apple on the equity, you would pay if you were to pay the $137, you would only get one share of the equity if you didn't buy the contracts. But if you bought the contract here, you would get 100 shares. You would get 100 shares in that contract whenever you were to buy this for $137. So what that means is if you were to get a dollar move on the contracts, that would be times 100, right? So for every dollar move that Apple were to make, right? So say Apple gets up to 136, that would be $100. If Apple were to get to 137, that would be 130. That would be $200 that we would make on that premium purchase, right? And if you were just to buy the equity, the stock here, if this were to move $1 up, you would just make $1. So the leverage that you get whenever you play with options is tremendous. It helps you build your account a lot faster and a lot more effectively whenever you have that little bit of leverage. So the second reason that you should trade options instead of trading stocks as a beginner trader is because of the pattern day trade rule. So the pattern day trade rule is a huge nuisance, especially if you're a beginner trader or you have a small account. So if you have a cash account, what you could do is you would call your broker. You would tell them that you want a cash account if you're going to be trading options exclusively, and this would allow you to place trades every day. So options are a cash instrument. They would allow you to clear your money every single night, and you would be able to make purchases up to the buying power that's available in your account. So there's no margin available, but you could use the equity balance of your account up to that balance every day. So that makes you a lot more effective as a trader. You don't necessarily miss out on any types of moves because you're stuck and you already have 3 day trades in the week. So this is huge for beginner traders. It allows you to have more repetitions in the market, allows you to learn a lot quicker, and it allows you to build your account a lot more effective and efficiently as well. So that's the second reason why. And the third reason why you should trade options over trading stocks, especially as a beginner trader, is because of the volatility that we get in the options. So I want to show you a little Twitter chart here. This is from my good friend 3D Team 3D Stocks All Day Faders here on Twitter. And basically what we're looking at is GameStop. So everyone remembers. And so for the third reason that you should trade options instead of stocks, especially as a beginner trader, is because of the volatility that we get with the contract prices and the premium prices. So I want to show you guys a little graph here on from my friend here, All Day Faders on Twitter. This is from the GameStop fiasco. If you guys remember, not too recently in January. This is from GameStop. So basically what he's explaining here is the huge move on GameStop that had happened, and he's talking about the $45 and $54 calls and how they went from a penny all the way up to $21.55. So that's a move of 400,000%, which is astronomical. That's absolutely huge, right? As a move. So to put in perspective here, if you would have bet $1 when they were a penny, you would have made $2,155. $10 would have made you 21,000. 100 and 215, and 1,000 would have made you 2 million. So if you could see right here, this is the chart, the option chart for those 54 calls that day, and you could see where they moved off of that zero line from the penny mark all the way to 21.55, and that's a huge move where you could actually become a millionaire within a couple of hours. It's absolutely nuts. And just to put that into perspective, I actually have here the GameStop chart from that day. This is the same exact chart from that day, and if I come over here and I use my tool to show you the percentage move of the actual stock, and I come up and put the top here, it's 81.37% if you look in the little box here to the left. So is it 81% anything to bat an eye about or be upset about, like on an equity move? Absolutely not, right? So that's a huge move, and you could get huge returns on that on the equity. But would you rather have 81% returns or 215,000% return, right? So that's the power that the options have, especially when you get into moves that are like on a 0 day to expiration and things like that. You could get some huge volatile moves on the contracts, and so this is also something that you want to be aware of, that is advantageous for you as a beginner trader, for you to get those bigger returns and for you to be able to build your account a little bit more quickly. Now, the last reason why you should trade options instead of trading stocks as a beginner trader is because you should is because of the risk management. So to take our example back here from Apple, right? So say if we come back over here to our option chain and you purchased your premium here, you purchased one contract at $137. When this were to expire at the end of the week on February 19th, the very most that you could lose is $137. That's it on one contract. That's the very most that you could lose is $137. There's no trick to it. There's no nothing. That's the very most that you could lose on that type of if you were just to purchase one contract of Apple, like we were explaining. So that's awesome, right? So say like if you were say like something catastrophic happened, some type of catastrophic news happened overnight, and you're holding overnight, and the ticker were to go against you and everything gaps down, that means it's okay. That the very most that you could lose is that 137. So it kind of has that built-in risk mitigation for you, that risk management for you to stay safe, as long as you're not exposing yourself to the market with too many contracts, right? If you were to trade, if you were to come and trade equity, right? Say you got short right here, and this starts moving down, it's in your favor, but then it moves against you, and gaps up overnight, then your losses could be infinite. So if the ticker just keeps on moving against you, unless you actually get margin called by your broker, or you finally sell it, your losses could be infinite, and your losses are not capped. So with the option contracts, your losses are capped on a per contract basis on how much you could actually lose. So that's amazing as a new trader, because I know I've been there myself, where a ticker goes against me and not in my favor, and I panic and I don't know what to do, and I just kind of leave it, and I hope and I pray for a bounce or what have you, and then it never comes. And at least with the options, it just expires, and you keep yourself safe like that. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is all the reasons why you should trade options as a beginner trader instead of trading stocks or even penny stocks. So the leverage, you're able to buy more with less money. You're able to also get around the PDT rule, so you could trade every day. You could start with less capital. You have the volatility for you, so you could have thousands of percents move instead of just tens of moves, right? And then we also have the risk management that's already built into buying contracts. So I hope this helps out, guys. This is a main reason that in my room, in the New Age Wall Street chat room, that I exclusively teach trading options to beginner traders, is so that they're able to take advantage of these to build an account with lower risk and higher volatility, and they're able to build their account a lot more quickly, to be honest. So if you want more information, take a look at newagewallstreet.com. We'd be happy to have you and sign up with us. The room is absolutely free. So to start out with, if you want to come and join us in the community, right, make sure you subscribe, guys, so we see you in the next video, and we'll see you next time.